1:35 p.m. Today is Wednesday, September 1st, 2021, and I hereby call this second regular session to order. Let us stand for a moment of silence. Thank you, members. Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Adda,
Present.
Representative Atto, Representative Babauta Selena, Representative Babauta Sheila,
Here.
Representative Kamatsu Joel, Representative Kamatsu Vicente,
Here.
Senator De Leon Guerrero,
Here.
Representative Demapan, Representative Flores, Representative Guerrero, Representative Lizama,
Here.
Representative Probst,
Present.
Senator Kirgua, Representative Sablan Cristina,
Here.
Representative Sablan Jampo, Senator Sablan Vini, Representative Staffler,
Present.
Representative Villa Gomez,
Hello.
Representative Yanktamai,
Nangi.
Representative Yumu, Representative Atto, Representative Babauta Selena, Representative Kamatsu Joel, Representative Demapan Angel, Representative Flores, Senator Kirgua, Representative Sablan Vini, Representative Yumu. Madam Chair, we have 12 members present, 7 members absent.
Thank you, Clerk. With 12 members, we do have a quorum. And I'd like to state for the record that Representatives BJ Attal, Joseph Flores, Joel Camacho, Angel Demapan, Ralph Yumel, Selena Babauta, and Senators Justo Kitugua and Vinny Sablan are hereby excused. Okay, moving on. Well, before we move forward, I'd like to just recognize our community members in the gallery. Thank you for joining us today. SHEFA board members, the mayor of Saipan's team, our media partners. Welcome to the House Chamber. Okay, moving on, reading and approval of journal. Before I recognize the floor leader, I would like to state for the record that according to our rules, Rule 5, Section 13, and members, if you'd like to follow, it's on page 11. Under who may address the delegation, it does state that when public comment, I'm sorry. I will share that a little later. So for reading and approval of the journal, I will now recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Chair. And at this time, I move to adopt our SNILD Journal number 22-5 for the first day, second regular session on August 10th, 2021. I so move.
Thank you, Madame Flor. There's been a motion. It's been seconded. Any discussion on that motion? Ready? All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. The journal is hereby adopted. Okay, moving on to public comments. So back to what I was saying, page 11, under our SNILD rules, section 13, who may address the delegation, it does state, the last comment, that when public comment is taken, the delegation shall resolve into the committee of the whole. So I will now recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Chair. And pursuant to that rule, Rule 5, Section 13, I move to dissolve into committee of the whole.
There's been a motion. It's been seconded. Any discussion on that motion? Ready? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. We now dissolve into a committee of the whole. And we can now move into public comment period and accept comments from the general public. The podium is now open. And please state your name for the record. You do have 5 minutes.
Buenos dias, Madam Chair. No, my name is Oscar M. Babauta, and I appear on behalf of our local Saipan Higher Education Fund Act program. Uh, this afternoon, I wish to convey my sincerest appreciation and my humble gratitude for you, Madam Chair, in calling this now session, and more so, in particularly, I'd like to, on behalf of the board of directors and the staff of Chef program, I wish to acknowledge and express our deepest appreciation for the expedient legislative process conducted by our uh, efficient Senator Edith de Long Guerrero, Jesus Masi Senator, and your members in conducting those public hearing for the three nominees that were submitted by the mayor. Uh, Again, it is my fervent hope that this body would concede and give their approval pursuant to the JGO SNIL committee recommendation so that the SHEFA program can move forward actively. We have many things in our hands currently as we evolve into the fall semester of this year with our post-secondary recipients and clients that walks through the doors of our chef office. So I say again, thank you very much, and in advance, thank you for your honor and support of the members that are here to be confirmed. Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of this delegation. Jesus Masi.
Thank you, Mr. Babauta. The podium is still open. And please state your name for the record. You do have 5 minutes.
Buenas, good afternoon, delegation members. Madam Acting Chair Babauta. Mayor Aptang is recovering from a knee problem or leg problem, so he couldn't be here today, but he should be back in the office next week. And he should be ready to be back on the track, running and chasing everything that he has to do. But he's been in the office here and there. He's very much abreast of what's going on, including today's session. So on his behalf, I'm Henry Hofschneider, I'm the Special Assistant to the Mayor. Mayor Aptang sends his greatest appreciation to the JGO Committee, the Judiciary and Governmental Operations Committee, Standing Committee, for their expedient, speedy act last week. They had the public hearing for the nominees, the mayor's nominees. They are Raymond M. Munya, Kealani Marie B. Demapan, and Henry Kyle B. Hofschneider. At first, people thought that was me. No, that'll be my son back here. So today's session would be one step closer to making the board whole once again. It has been not working because they only have 2 members who are actively, their terms are still active. So today's confirmation of their appointments would complete the board, and then the other step would be the swearing in. And mayor's getting ready to swear in the new members next week when he comes back to the office with the delegation's letter to him that his appointees were confirmed. So on behalf of the students that benefit from the financial assistance program, the mayor couldn't say enough for the delegation's sincerity, commitment, and care for the students to provide funding year after year. However small the amount they get every term, it really helps them. For those of us who went to school here at our very own NMC, Northern Marylands College, or somewhere in California or the East Coast, we know $50 from back home meant a lot. it kind of just push us to finish that term and then register for the next term, and then to come back and provide the services that our people need. So this program is a blessing for a lot of our students that have been receiving the financial assistance and will be receiving the financial assistance. So delegation members, Mayor Census Jesus Masi, Giliso, I don't know if that's the right word, and thank you for pushing his appointees to this day for the confirmation and then for the notice that we're going to be receiving soon from the delegation. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hofschneider. I too thought it was you as the nominee. And please give Mayor Apatang our well wishes for a speedy recovery. We hope he feels better soon. The podium is still open for public comments. Okay. If there are none, I will now recognize the floor leader for the proper motion for us to rise back into session.
Thank you, Chair. I now move to rise back into our regular session.
There's been a motion. It's been seconded. Any discussion on that motion? Ready? All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. We now rise back into session. Okay, moving forward, introduction of local bills. We do have one, members, Senate Local Bill number 22-9, to amend the Saipan official zoning map sheet 23 of 29 to rezone certain districts to mixed commercial and for other purposes, introduced by Senator Vinny F. Sablan. And it is also part of our Senate Communications number 22-3. I will now recognize the floor leader for the proper motion for referral.
Thank you, Chair. Is a motion required or
It is not a motion, just for the
just for the referral?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yes, thank you. So Senate Local Bill 22-9 will be referred to zoning. Thank you.
Thank you, Madame Flor. So members and Madame Chairwoman of the Zoning Committee, Leila Staffler, please be advised that the referral made on the floor is reflected in the record, and so we will not be expecting a memo to be distributed. Thank you. Moving on. Introduction of local resolutions. There are none. Messages from the governor. We have none. Messages from the mayors of Saipan and the Northern Islands. I recognize the clerk.
Madam Chair, we have 3 on messages from the mayors of Saipan and Northern Islands. Mayor's communication number 22-20 through 22-22.
Thank you, clerk. Members, any discussion? Ready? Okay, moving on. Reports and communications from the heads of departments and agencies. We have none. House communications. I recognize the clerk.
We have 3 under House Communications. House Communications number 22-10, 22-11, and 22-12.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussion, members? Ready? Moving on. Senate communications. I recognize the clerk.
We have 1, Madam Chair, Senate Communication 22-3, transmitting for delegation action, Senate Local Bill 22-9, to amend the Saipan official zoning map sheet 23 of 29 to rezone certain districts to mixed commercial and for other purposes.
Thank you, clerk. Members, this is the same Senate local bill that was just referred to the zoning committee. All right, moving on. Delegation matters. I recognize the clerk.
We have 10 under delegation matters. Delegation matters number 22-51 through 22-60.
Thank you, clerk. Discussion, members, under delegation matters. Ready? Okay, moving on. Miscellaneous communications. I recognize the clerk.
Madam Clerk, we have 5 under miscellaneous communications. Miscellaneous communication number 22-28 through 22-32.
Thank you, clerk. I will now recognize the floor leader for the proper referrals of two miscellaneous communications.
Thank you, Chair. Miscellaneous Communication 2228 and 2230 will be referred to the Committee on Gaming.
Thank you, Madame Flor. And again, just to be clear, this referral will be reflected on the record. Chairman of Gaming, please be advised that no memo will be distributed. Thank you. Okay. Now moving on to the good stuff, what we're all waiting for. Reports of standing committees. I recognize the clerk.
Madam Chair, we have three standing committee reports, number 22-7, 22-8, and 22-9.
Thank you, clerk. So members, we do have three standing committee reports for the reappointment of Keilani Marie Babalta de Mapan, reappointment of Raymond M. Munya, and the appointment of Henry Kyle B. Hofschneider. We will address each report separately, and upon adoption of the report, the confirmation of the nominee will be considered complete. So I now recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chair. I offer a motion at this time to adopt Standing Committee Report 22-7 and confirm the nomination or the reappointment of Keilani Marie Babalta de Mapan to continue serving as a member of the board of the Saipan Higher Education Financial Assistance. Your committee recommends the confirmation of Ms. Keilani B. de Mapan to continue serving as a member of the board of SHEFA. I so move.
There is a motion. It's been seconded. Discussion on that motion. Ready? Before I call the roll, if there's no objection, I'd like to just address the delegation from here.
No objection.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just want to thank Chairwoman Edith De Leon Guerrero, Chairwoman of SNILD JGO, for hosting the public hearings last week. Like was mentioned during public comment period, it did happen expeditiously. And so, Chairwoman and members, we're very grateful for your efforts. And I'd also like to just thank Ms. Keilani Marie Babalta de Mapan for accepting the reappointment from the mayor, and really thank you for all your efforts, your service to our students and to our community. Okay, now I'm ready to vote. Any further discussion? Ready? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Adda,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Vicente,
Yes.
Senator De Leon Guerrero,
Yes.
Representative Guerrero,
Gone.
Representative Lizama,
Yes.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Sablan Cristina,
Yes.
Representative Sablan Jampo,
Ungan.
Representative Staffler,
Yes.
Representative Villagomez,
Yes.
Representative Yangtamay.
Aware.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Madam Chair, all 12 members present voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With 12 members voting yes, standing committee report number 22-7 is hereby adopted. Congratulations. I now recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chair. I move now to adopt Standing Committee Report number 22-8 and confirm the reappointment of Raymond M. Munya to continue serving as a member of the board of Saipan Higher Education Financial Assistance. Your committee recommends the confirmation of Mr. Raymond Munya to continue serving as a member of the board of SHEFA. I so move.
There's been a motion. It has been seconded. Any discussion on that motion? Ready? Again, if there is no objection, I'd like to just address the delegation. Thank you. I too would like to thank Mr. Raymond M. Munya for accepting the reappointment from the mayor. Thank you for your service. Thank you for all of your efforts to our students and the CNMI. And Chairwoman Edith and the JGO SNILD committee, Thank you for your efforts. Okay, moving on. If there's no further discussion, ready? Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Senator De Leon Guerrero,
Yes.
Representative Guerrero,
Gone.
Representative Lizama,
Yes.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Sablan Christina,
Yes.
Representative Sablan Jampo,
Hungan.
Representative Staffler,
Yes.
Representative Villa Gomez,
Aware.
Representative Yantamai,
Aware.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Madam Chair, all 12 members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With 12 members voting yes, Standing Committee Report number 22-8 is hereby adopted. Congratulations. I now recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt Standing Committee Report number 22-9 and confirm the appointment of Henry Kyle B. Hofschneider to serve as a member of the Board of Saipan Higher Education Financial Assistance. Your committee recommends the confirmation of Mr. Henry Kyle B. Hofschneider to continue serving as a member of the Board of SHEPA. I so move.
There's a motion. It has been seconded. Any discussion on that motion? Ready? Mr. Henry Hofschneider, thank you for accepting the appointment. We look forward to your work serving on the SHEFA board, and may you have guidance from all the other board members in your community. Okay, Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Adda,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Vicente,
Yes.
Senator De Leon Guerrero,
Yes.
Representative Guerrero,
Gone.
Representative Lizama,
Yes.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Sablan Christina,
Yes.
Representative Sablan Jampo,
Hungan.
Representative Staffler,
Yes.
Representative Villa Gomez,
Yes.
Representative Yantamai,
Aware.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Madam Chair, all 12 members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all members voting yes, Standing Committee Report number 22-9 is hereby adopted. Okay, members, we will now take a short recess so that we can congratulate our new board members and continuing board members and also take a photo. Short recess. on reports of special and conference committees. We have none. Unfinished business, we have none. Resolution calendar, we have none. Bill calendar, none. Miscellaneous business. I recognize Representative Ed Probst.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And hi, colleagues. How are you guys doing? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'll make this short and sweet. I just wanted to read a fun article from today in the Variety that appeared. And I wanted to share with you the opening because I spoke yesterday and apparently things get misconstrued or something. So I wanted to state for the record, because last I checked yesterday, most of you were here with us. And I think somehow my words got twisted. So I wanted to clarify things. So the first thing is in this article in the Variety today, it says 2 proponents of e-gaming fee hike measure unhappy with critics. We're unhappy with critics. So just 2, no one else, just the 2 of us. I guess it's me and Florida Leader Tita Sablon. But here's the opening. It says the House Gaming Committee Chairman and Vice Chair on Tuesday expressed their quote unquote frustration with quote unquote daily articles in the newspaper that are making them look horrible, quote unquote, for passing Saipan Local Law 22-6, which doubled the e-gaming license fees. I just want to state for the record that when I spoke yesterday, I hope everyone understood what we said, but the thing is, I could have cared less about just me and Representative Tina Sablon looking bad, because when you said it's making them, referring to us, look horrible, I don't think that was the main context of what I spoke about yesterday. So I please forgive me if somehow did I speak in a different, I don't know, tongue or something, because I could have sworn what I said was that that wasn't that just 2 of us are looking horrible. I watched it back and I looked at what was stated. So I just wanted to state for the record that that wasn't the case. It wasn't just about 2 of us looking horrible. I also talked about singling out our good colleague, Florida Leader Ralph Yomo. Anyway, long story short, what I found interesting that was missing from this fun story was one of the most important things that we mentioned about the timing that it was introduced. And that was, of course, April 18 that it was introduced or pre-filed, and that it was the action, the transmittal for action was not until June 18, and then the actual signature of the bill that came from the governor wasn't until August 2, that over 100 days had elapsed, but somehow I think that wasn't included in the story. I also want to say that also what I wanted to focus on was the fact that we did not hear the truth, which was that we were told in an August 18 article that the Variety had printed, headline news, that they were shutting down Club 88 effective immediately, that for the record, it had never shut down. So the question was, who was lying? If the newspaper wasn't lying and they were just reporting it, why don't they report the fact that they were lied to? Of course, tomorrow's article will be that I'm really unhappy with the critics. I could care less. Part of our job is to receive criticism. What I'm unhappy with is how people twist things and lie about it for whatever their own personal agenda. I wish the same energy and attacks that is being warranted was also used when Marion's Resort shut down. Remember that? They're talking because it's all about jobs. I think Marion's Resort, they were promised by IPI that I have the article. 141 jobs will be saved. Don't worry. IPI will take care of you. We're gonna, don't worry, wink, wink, have all of you employed. Don't worry about a thing. Where was the outrage? The daily outrage that we've seen, it's just interesting how they pick and choose. And also how the numbers change. We're told that in the article about it's 70 local workers, And then we're being told it's over 100 jobs. Is it 100 local jobs or is it 70? I'm curious because these seem to fluctuate. I also want to ask, who is MP Holdings? Is MP Holdings Bridge Capital? Is Bridge Capital MP Holdings? It's kind of interesting that they share the same post office box and the same telephone number. So when you call Bridge Capital, I'll be like, can I speak to MP Holdings? Hold on, this is MP Holdings. Do they change their voice? What's up? I know this sounds ridiculous, but we're being attacked daily on a daily basis because we stated things that were factual. And as I stated yesterday, trying to make all of us look bad, all of us as one body, not just me and Tina. We can handle the critics. You ever see all the attacks that we go through on a daily basis? It's a lot. I think all of us go through that. That's part of our job. We get criticism. But part of our job is also to say, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Here are the facts. Oh, I'm sorry, you missed out some facts. Here are the facts. What is so difficult with that? We were unified when we voted on this policy call, and that was what we really talked about, I thought. So I'm sure if this were to even make the paper, my words will be once again misconstrued. So, Madam Chair, my dear colleagues, we will withstand the criticism as we always do, but we also have an obligation to separate fact from fiction. And somebody's personal dislike of myself or Representative Tina Sablon or any of us is their own call. But what cannot be denied is the facts that we have before us. And that is what we have stated time and time again. And thank you, Madam Chair, for sending these communications to me as gaming chair. I look forward to it and the discussion that we will have with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Probst, for your passion, your commitment to our people. We're still under miscellaneous. Members? Ready? Okay, announcements. I do have an announcement. I would like to just thank the LB staff and our members for your support, and we apologize for any inconvenience for the setting up for the community meeting outside in the parking lot. So tonight, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will host a community meeting from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., and that's what's happening in the parking lot. If the weather is uncooperative, it will move into the House chamber. So again, thank you for your support, and we apologize for the inconvenience. Okay. No other announcements? Moving on, I now recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Chair. And at this time, I move to adjourn this session, subject to your call.
There's a motion to adjourn. Any discussion on that motion? Ready? All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, stay. The ayes have it. Thank you, members. This session is adjourned.